Dobro horror story.
It's that time of year again. Black Friday, Cyber Monday, packages piling up on every porch in the neighborhood. We order so much stuff, sometimes we forget what we even bought. But what if, among those piles of cardboard, there was one box you didn't order? One box that was never meant for you? This story was sent in by a 20-something woman named Sarah, living in a quiet suburb of Ohio. She calls herself a shopaholic. From this point on, I will step into her shoes and tell you exactly what happened. I came home from work and saw 3 packages on my doorstep. I had gone a little crazy with the holiday sales, so I was excited to open them. Clothes, makeup, gadgets, everything was what I ordered. But the last box, the one at the very bottom, was weird. The shipping label had my name and address printed perfectly, but the sender field, it was completely blacked out with a Sharpie. Usually there's a return address or a company name, but this one was just a black smear. Did I win a giveaway or something? I didn't think much of it and grabbed my box cutter. Rip! The sound of the blade extending echoed in the quiet hallway. I started cutting the tape, but it felt wrong. Tape should make a crisp sound, but this felt like I was slicing through something damp and soggy. Inside the cardboard was a wooden box. No bubble wrap, no packing pinnets, just an old, dark wooden box. It looked antique, covered in scratches, the varnish peeling off. It smelled strange too, like wet earth after a storm mixed with something rotting. The lid was stuck tight. I struggled with it for a minute until creak. It popped open with a sound like a dying animal. Inside, there was nothing. Well, no item. Instead, the bottom of the box was lined with red velvet, and sitting right in the center was a clump of matted, black human hair. And next to it, a few yellowed fingernail clippings. I screamed and dropped it. Is this a stalker? Some sick prank? My stomach churned. I was so disgusted I taped the box back up immediately. I ran out to the dumpster behind my building and threw it in. I wanted it as far away from me as possible. But I shouldn't have just thrown it away. I should have burned it. No, I should never have opened it in the first place.
I barely slept that night. The idea that someone knew my address and sent that was terrifying. I locked the deadbolt and double-checked the windows. The problem started the next morning. I opened my front door to go to work, and there it was. A cardboard box sitting right on my welcome mat. It was the same box I threw away. I personally threw it in the dumpster last night. I watched it land in the trash. But here it was, back at my door, perfectly centered. Did a neighbor bring it back? Did the mailman make a mistake? My mind was racing. I looked closer. The box looked different from yesterday. The tape I had wrapped around it was shredded, like something had clawed its way out. And from the gaps in the cardboard, that smell of wet earth was pouring out, filling the hallway. It was much stronger than yesterday. Who's doing this? Is this a joke? I yelled into the empty hallway, but only the echo answered. I was terrified. I grabbed my phone to take a picture for the police, but the moment the camera focused on the box, my screen glitched and the phone died instantly. It had full battery a minute ago. My hands were shaking. This wasn't a prank. This wasn't human. I grabbed a heavy-duty trash bag, double-bagged the box, kicked it inside without touching it directly, and dragged it to my car and drove 20 minutes to a public landfill in the next town and tossed it. I checked my rearview mirror the whole way home, paranoid that someone was following me. Every time I looked in the mirror, my heart stopped, fearing I'd see that box in the back seat.
When I got back, I taped over the peephole on my door and locked myself in the bedroom. Please, just be gone. Please. But that box had no intention of leaving me. That night, around 3 a.m., I heard it from the living room. Click, clack. The sound of a wooden lid opening and closing. I threw it in a landfill miles away, but the sound was coming from my coffee table. I couldn't leave my room. I sat there, trembling, waiting for the sun. As soon as morning came, I walked into the living room holding a baseball bat. And there it was, sitting on the table, dripping with muddy water, as if it had just been dug up from the ground. I grabbed a knife and started scraping away the black marker on the shipping label. I had to know who sent this, who was doing this to me. After scraping for a while, the address underneath started to show. 1004 Blackwood Lane, Salem. I didn't recognize the address. I opened Google Maps and typed it in. I switched to Street View, and I fell to my knees. It wasn't a house. It was a cemetery, an old, overgrown graveyard. The pin dropped right in the middle of the tombstones. Then I remembered an urban legend I read on Reddit, the Jinx box. When someone wants to get rid of a curse or a haunting, they put a piece of it in a box and ship it to a random stranger. If the receiver opens it, the curse transfers to them. The sender is free. Someone chose me as their sacrifice, and by opening that lid, I accepted the deal. There was no other way. If I throw it out, it comes back. Fire won't burn it. Since yesterday, my body started changing. My fingernails are turning black and falling off. My hair is falling out in clumps, covering my pillow, just like the hair and nails inside that box. I looked in the mirror, and my face, it wasn't me. My eyes were sunken, my skin turning the color of dirt, like a corpse. I'm going to die if I keep this. So I decided to do the same thing. Don't judge me. I want to live. I repacked the box, wiped off the mud, put on fresh tape, printed a new shipping label. The recipient's address? I just picked a random one from the phone book. It could be in New York, it could be in London, or maybe it's the house of someone listening to this right now. It should arrive in a day or two. With the holiday rush, it might be delayed, but it will get there. If you find a package on your porch that you didn't order, and if the sender's name is blacked out, do not open it. Don't try to return it, just move houses. Because the moment you cut that tape, you're it.